live.
Yes.
Yes. Hi, Jen. How are you? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you too.
Awesome. Thank you. So we're here together today and we're going to talk about your journey because I feel like I always bring guests or obviously my clients who are like the most successful and who I truly believe that will inspire so many other people. So thank you so much for joining the live. And how about you tell us who is Anne? Like what is like who you are? What is your journey?
My journey in fitness it's been going on for a long time. um, but I always struggle with nutrition.
Mhm.
I was always the person I was like, oh, there's a new diet trend, let's do it.
Yeah.
But
Like me.
in back in my mind, I was like, I knew it was not good for me, but I was still doing it. I was at one point I was doing so much cardio, not eating, and I didn't see any progress because I was not fueling my body properly.
Yeah.
So I did that start from when I was young, like
No,
teenager,
I
when
know.
the relation with food started like to go sideways with me.
I know.
When I moved out of my parents, I stopped eating breakfast. So I 18 years old until 6 months ago, I started to eat breakfast, um, which I was really proud of me because like
I know.
I'm not 18 years old anymore.
I know. There was
So
there was one of our biggest wins that we celebrated when you sent me a message and it was like, I'm eating breakfast and I'm loving it.
yeah, like I do. Like I was always I thought from eating breakfast was bad for me, which we all know it's not. Um, I thought this. I always in my head was like, no, you're not hungry, you don't eat.
Yep.
So I slowly destroy my hunger feeling
Yeah.
throughout the years, until I was just eating one per day, like once per day, like in the evening. So I was just drinking water
I
all day long.
I know. And you were eating probably like I feel like you are like averaging probably like 800 calories, maybe 1,000 calories a day,
Yeah.
feeling super tired. You did keto for like 5 years, like strict keto, right? For 5 years.
Yes, yeah, that was the last straw. Like I was like, let's like my husband did keto, so I was like, okay, I'll do it with him. But then I got so into it, like really obsession for me,
Yeah.
and yes, until I was like losing my hair,
Yep.
chunk of hair. I had a lot of acne.
Mhm.
Um, my periods was all over the place.
Yeah.
Couldn't sleep. Was mad all the time because
Mhm.
um, that diet didn't work for me at all. I know that some people, yes, but for me, by the end, it was getting too much, and I was scared of eating
Carb.
carbs,
Yep.
any carbs, good
Yeah.
carbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was scared of it, like bad. Like
Yeah.
people were coming in my office and bringing me like, you know, a plate with potatoes and chicken, and I was just eating the chicken.
Yeah.
I was scared of eating carbs.
Yeah. Well,
Yes. And by the end, and I was still training a lot
mhm.
with that, and I
Mhm.
didn't see any progress. At one
Mhm.
point, I was what 120, and I'm almost 5'10". So for me, it's too small, too
Mhm.
small, and I have no energy. I was sick all the time.
Yeah.
And then by the end of keto, I start gaining weight
Mhm.
again,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
a lot. for me. Like I always been like, well, was not a. My body was just going back to what it should have been all those years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in my head, I was like, oh my God, I'm gaining weight. But I was,
Yeah.
yes, I was and not at the same
Yeah.
time. So,
So you felt obviously that you just always have to restrict yourself. You always have to stay away from carbs because if you don't, then the weight is going up and you are in this cycle. I remember we were talking and you said that you started the keto to just like support your hobby because you kind of
yeah,
wanted to do it together. But eventually what happened was that he got out of it pretty well and he didn't really have any like consequences afterwards. But for
no.
you, it caused you a lot of health issues and not only like the health but the mental aspect. Like I remember that you were saying that one of your like reasons why you wanted to like work with me was because you just needed to get yourself back to happy place, be
Yeah,
there for your nieces and just like be
yeah,
healthy, right? I
yeah,
remember that. And that's why I was like, damn, like, I need to help this girl because I knew that you were in a workout routine. I felt like you were so dedicated, but you just felt so lost. And again, thank you, diet culture, for like making us feel like, you know, the journey has to be a drastic and it has to feel like torture. So I feel like our biggest obstacle was for you to understand that you have to eat.
yes, yes.
That
And
was,
to be honest with you, someday I'm like, I don't want to eat,
yeah.
but I do. I
You
have
can
to.
probably hear the voice my voice in your head is Martina's gonna be mad if I'm not gonna eat this.
Yes. So it's like, yeah, some days, like especially when I'm at work, I find that a little bit more difficult to track my food because I can't cook. So I
Yeah.
have to go at the cafeteria and grab the food. But I've tried to, me be conscious as what I'm grabbing and everything. But sometimes I'm like, I don't want to eat that food,
I
but I have to. Like it's, I'm like I prefer my food, but so when
yeah.
I'm on days off,
Yeah.
yeah, like all my food, like yesterday, I cooked for
Yeah.
a few days for me, and so it's easier for me. But I know that I need to stay on track too, like when I'm
I
working.
love that. And another thing that I want to mention is that you actually travel. And like for most people, it's usually like, oh, I can do this because I don't always stay in my house and I travel for work. And I just want to say that like watching you those 6 months was so incredible. Just watching you, how you were just like, no, I got this. Like there has been weeks when you wouldn't track your food
Yeah,
or you weren't able to do meal prep, but the next week you were just doing a little bit at least better. And next thing you know, 6 months later, we have you eating how much more food approximately?
a lot. Like I'm on what 2,100 now calories for someone that was just eating maybe what 500 to 800 give and
Calories?
take per day.
Feeling like crap all day long, right?
Yeah.
Tired, miserable, moody.
Mhm.
Like you are
Yeah.
a happy person. You are happy,
Yeah.
bubbly,
Yeah.
smiling. Like you have the amazing energy, but it was just gone because you just felt so unhealthy in your own body. So honestly, like this makes me so happy. And like I said, like you always found a way how to make it work, even though you traveled for work. Um, like so we kind of touch on like the biggest I want to say like the issue that you had, like getting out of your head, remembering I gotta eat. We did that, no problem. Even though sometimes you don't feel like eating those 2,000 calories, you still do. What are the results so far that you got? And we haven't even started fat loss. We are just
Yeah.
literally recovering you from all the damage that the keto and all those diets you've been doing forever did. So what are the biggest results that you've had so far?
Well, my mood for sure. I'm way more happier, and also I notice like when I do my measurement because I don't weigh myself, I still
Yes,
have issue with the scales, but
yes,
I noticed that I lost a lot of inches around my waist, my hips, my chest. Yes, and I start seeing more definition, muscle definition
Yes.
on my arm and my legs. Yes, I
Yes.
see progress.
You are looking
Yeah,
better. Your skin looks better. You are
yeah,
looking smaller. Your energy, your mood, like everything, your
yeah,
sleep, like
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. Um, what I'm just wondering, like, what were you like expectations or what exactly you were looking for when it comes to hiring a coach? You came from already one of our clients.
Yeah,
Who's been in the program forever. So you knew what we
yeah,
are, Bigger Fitness and my coaching is about. But like, what were your expectations? Because I feel that a lot of people go through a lot of coaches and sometimes they don't have the best experience, including me. So like,
hmm,
what exactly you were looking for and what was important for you to get from the coach to feel like, okay, this is like exactly what I needed in order to
yeah.
succeed.
Yes, I was talking with my friend that she's been doing following you for a long time now. So because yes, I had bad experience with previous coaches, and when I talk with her, she's like, "No, you need to try her. She will help you." Like, and that's what I was looking. I was like looking for a culture that uh, to reprogram myself to eat that carbs are not your enemies. I needed someone like to tell me that, like to,
Yeah.
I knew deep down in me that we need carbs, but I need support. And I find it with you, like you never judge, you're always there. If I have a question or I have a bad day,
Yeah.
yeah, I needed that support to go in the right direction, just
Not
like
just
a
like here's
little
the
push.
plan and follow it. Yeah,
Yeah,
100%. Yeah, you know, I got burned like many times in past too, and
yeah,
actually, your friend Sherilyn,
yeah,
she took probably, I want to say like maybe 6 months to a year to just like talking to me before she was finally like, okay, I want to work with you. So
yeah,
it takes time, and
yeah,
quite frankly, I don't judge anyone because I mean, like my style doesn't need to resonate with everybody, but there is, I think that the aspect that I feel like because I was obviously bulimic for so long and I've had a very unhealthy relationship with food, like
yeah,
you,
yeah,
like you know, I really can resonate and put myself in your shoes because I'm like, I know she's feeling like this, but I need to like, talk to you and just like
yeah,
help you to switch your mindset. And I think that recovery process is the most important thing because unless you really understand why am I asking you to eat more food, you're always gonna feel like, no, it's I can do this. Like, oh my god, carbs will make me fat, right? So the trust it needs to be there and just like trusting me that it's gonna work. And clearly,
yeah.
7 months
It's
later,
working.
your
Yeah.
happy must be so happy.
Yes, and then I was, yeah, and you personalize, like with me, you don't put me like in the same as
Everybody
the
else,
other
other
person. Like
clients, yeah.
everyone has their own little thing, and that's
Yeah.
what I really like that too. So we can grow.
Yes.
Everyone can grow. Yeah,
I love that.
yeah,
Well, um, do you have like anything that you would like to share? Because I want you to think of yourself as now the hero. I told you that when we joined it, and I see your dedication and how goal driven you are. And I told you that in one of our calls that you will be one day the person who's gonna do the interview with me and who's gonna inspire so many women who maybe did keto or other diets and who feels like you said that the never ending vicious cycle of losing the same 5-10 pounds over and over and feeling miserable every single time you do new diet and you fail. So now you are the person who
yeah.
to get out of it. So if you would like want to to tell, like, maybe imagine that there is a lady listening this and is like, damn it, like I, like I feel exactly how Annie used to feel, what would you tell that person?
To to be honest, to trust the process. Like I was happy to find you at the beginning. At the beginning, I was like, oh, that's a lot of calories, but to trust the process. Some day was bad, some days better, but I mean, it's to trust the process. To not those diets are not good for anyone.
They are
Um,
designed to fail, just like I always
they're
say.
they're bad. They're
They're
very bad, and I learned the hard way, and I don't wish that to anyone. Um,
a lot
to
of,
no,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. Um, yes. I don't know. It's
Well, thank you so
yeah,
much for well, okay, I want to say one more thing before we go. When I
yeah.
asked you to do the interview, you sent me such a lovely message saying how grateful you are and how happy you are that you met me, and all those positive things regarding your own transformation progress and all of it. But one thing that I loved was that you said that not only that obviously you're feeling healthier and better, but also that you're stepping outside of your comfort zone to interview with me, because the
Yes.
old Anne would never agree to do something like this. And I
No.
will tell you that it takes a lot of courage to do this, because I have clients who I'm trying to convince to do this with me because they have amazing transformations and they're just like so shy and they just don't get on the camera. And I truly believe that when we feel better, when we are mentally and physically healthy, we are just becoming unstoppable. Like you're just doing things that you wouldn't normally do, because imagine that you are so low energy, so grumpy, so hungry, and then someone asks you like, hey, get on the camera and talk about your day and your stories, you would be
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm not doing this, right? So that is incredible, and I just wanted to say thank you so much,
Yes.
because I remember
Yeah.
myself, I know, when I started doing lives and things like I'm
Yeah.
doing now, I would be literally preparing myself for like 30 minutes, like breathing and just like like sweating, like having almost a heart attack, because it takes a lot of courage. So I just want to say thank you so much. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it. It means a
Thank
lot.
you.
And you inspire so many women, and I hope you know it,
Then,
because yeah,
yes. Then you and try different thing now. I'm trying to go out of my comfort zone. Like I'm really a private person. Like on social media, I don't post it much.
I
But
know.
now I'm trying a little bit to go out there and every day.
I love that. Thank you so much, and just can believe that it's been already 6 months, and you extended your
No
program.
problem.
Makes me super happy. Thank you. We're gonna wish everyone happy Friday, and guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that the Anne's journey inspired you, because I feel inspired when I'm just talking to her. Okay, I think she just got frozen, literally. Okay, guys, happy Friday.